Just write a little synopsis. It's not that hard.
What was the first thing you thought of when you heard this music open up then?
Come what may, what may.
Oh, did you?
I will love you until the end of whatever the next line is.
Oh, okay.
That's because I could hear that modulation in it.
Oh, okay. See, I thought whale song. When it first people go back, just go tick, 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 go back and listen to the start of that. And it sounds like a whale song at the very start of it.
Okay, no, I heard something completely different.
All right, well, maybe I've had too much drugs over the years. I don't know.
Well, no, you're probably right. I mean, what I've heard is probably totally wrong. So,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
And I can't sing, obviously, so.
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself, Pip. I certainly wasn't going to tell you that.
Boom.
Boom. Burn.
Take that.
Yep, so...
Paul, what did you think of the film?
You know what, Pip? After a lot of consideration, and since you picked this masterpiece, I'm going to let you go first.
Oh, because I've been getting used to doing that.
You can say it as quickly as you like, but I'm onto you.
I
girl.
love letting you talk first. It's great.
Why?
I don't know, I just enjoy
Would
it.
you like me to go first?
No, it's okay. I'll go first.
I will. I can.
That's up to you, Paul, but I'm happy to go.
No, you make the decision.
No. We've already discussed this. I don't like making decisions. Fine. You suck.
Good decision.
My decision is you suck.
Thank you.
So I picked this one only because I saw a whole heap of people that I recognise, like Chris Hemsworth and Tom Holland and a whole heap of Game of Thrones people as well.
Who? I missed them.
You missed them?
Oh, come on, tell me.
Michelle Fairley, who plays Catelyn, who is Mrs. Nicholson.
Yeah, no, I picked up on her.
Donald Sumter, who was the guy who was basically saying, we have chosen this captain, we own the Essex. He plays the head sparrow guy.
Yes, I picked up on him.
Joseph Marley, who is one of the cast, one of the crew,
Yep.
and he plays Uncle Benjamin.
Yes.
And there's probably others, but again,
Yes.
I'm not up to date. I'm only on season 5.
That's why it all felt rather homey, didn't it?
That's what I mean. You recognise these people and you go, for instance, when you're watching The Field of Lost Shoes,
Caitlin
I only
was
recognise
kind of-
like one guy, and that was from The Vampire Diaries, and I went, I don't know any of these people, and I don't really like what they're saying anyway. With this one, you go, oh, I know you, and I know you, and I know you, and...
I was watching Caitlin Stark in
Catelyn.
this... Oh, whatever her name is. The silly bitch who got all the family killed. She did.
Anyway.
She did. Stupid cow. Anyway, I didn't like that character. I was happy when she got killed.
You know, in the book, she doesn't die.
Hey?
In the book, she doesn't
Spoiler
die.
alert.
It's a book, it's not...
I thought in the book that she actually turns into something of a...
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry.
Like a zombie. Like the guy with the flaming sword.
She's died, but she's not
Yes.
dead.
Yes.
And in the... Yeah.
Yeah, like the guy with the flaming sword.
Which isn't in the show. But anyway, we're not discussing that.
He is
'cause I
in
haven't
the
seen
show.
it. I haven't seen him. Have I seen him?
You have. He's
Okay,
all the way
obviously-
through it.
is
He's
he?
all the way, yes.
Oh, okay.
He
Obviously
has,
he isn't.
he has a fight with Hound, remember?
Oh, that was ages ago. It was only like a short...
Just saying, he's in
Oh,
it.
right. Okay, my apologies. Anyway, we're getting distracted.
Sorry.
So, there was lots of actors and actresses that I recognise. There's a lot I didn't, because both these movies had big casts.
How big?
Big. I'm making a massive hand movement.
Huge tracts of land.
I didn't go that way. I didn't go in front of me. I went out on the side.
Some women are expensive.
It was this big.
Well, sorry, people. We're just being a bit silly tonight.
And it's already based on a book about a book. Have you noticed that?
It's a little bit of looking through the onion, isn't it?
So it's based on a book that was written about about a book.
Yes.
And I feel bad because I haven't actually finished reading Moby-Dick. I've got totally bogged down because
Well, you
he
don't
spends
need to
chapters
now.
talking about knot tying and whale classification. I'm like, oh gosh.
Well, did you
no,
notice?
I still have to.
Did
I'm
you
just going to
notice
skip those chapters.
Okay. Did you notice, like 3/4 of the way through the movie, that Herman
Melville.
Melville?
Yeah.
admits that he's not a good writer.
Yes.
Yes.
He did.
And I just said, testify!
Well, no, because at that time there was a better writer than him.
Yes.
And
several, I would imagine.
We only know one book by him.
Yeah.
I don't know any more others about that he's done.
His writing
style
was god awful.
I didn't mind the first couple of chapters, but when he started getting bogged down in information that wasn't important, I just went, oh my gosh.
He was writing about the same time as Charles Dickens was. And, like, if you put the two in their prose...
They're totally different. Yeah.
Well, okay, I don't want to get bogged down in literature, but...
Don't you? You normally blame me for that. Go for it, Paul. Enjoy it.
You look at other 19th century
literature.
Literary authors.
Yep.
You got like Dumas and...
When was Moby-Dick written?
Oh, it would have been in the 1830s or something like that.
Oh, so a lot earlier than what I'm thinking. Yep.
Yeah. It would have been... No, it would have been later than that. 1850 it was.
Okay.
Thereabouts.
No, because I'm listening to Stephen Fry read Arthur Conan Doyle, and it's fabulous.
Oh, it would be. Well,
but that's like 1890s, isn't it?
Yeah, 1890s.
That's another, 40 years down the track.
And it's Stephen Fry.
Oh, my gosh, it's so good.
I have such a mad crush on the man.
My daughter's listening to all the Harry Potter Stephen Fry books.
Is she loving it?
She is loving it. And she goes...
He does the voices better than the people who actually say it. Because you just see the movie screen as you're listening to it, don't you? Because he's absolutely bang on for the voices, isn't he?
I'm listening to the Barossa Valley.
We're not really talking about the films very much.
Sorry, we'll come back. I'm listening to Sherlock Holmes doing the Barossa Valley one, which is a lot of Aussies. Barossa. Sorry, I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. My apologies.
Yeah. Which is a battlefield in the Crimean War.
Anyway.
Sorry.
So these people are Australian and they've come back over, and there's a family. So there's a father and there's a son, and there's another father and a daughter, and he's doing
a
all
Holy Ghost.
Would you stop?
Sorry.
Anyway, he's doing the voices, and I'm like, oh, he's doing such a great job. That does sound like that, and it's wonderful.
I know. He's superb.
And my daughter goes, do you think Stephen Fry would do David Williams if I asked him to? And I went,
He may not, but I know he could.
Well, I imagine David Williams would probably rather do it himself, being an actor fellow as well. It's her favourite author at the moment. So
now
I got distracted.
Yes.
Anyway, so I haven't finished reading...
In the Heart of the Sea. Remember that one?
I haven't read...
That was a great film, wasn't it?
I haven't read In the Heart of the Sea, and I haven't finished reading Moby-Dick. I've got bogged down.
Right.
Because some parts of it are really good and some parts are just hard.
Oh.
But the film, I thought, was shot...
Are we going to talk about the film now, are we?
Sorry, I got distracted.
Fucking hell.
I thought the film was all right, but there's parts of it just...
What was wrong with it?
The parts where Tom Holland kept going, Mr. Chase, reminded me of Mr. Stark.
Well, come on. I mean...
It just made me laugh.
Look, can I put a bit of a defence in here for Tom Holland?
Oh, he does a fabulous job. He's a great...
Yeah, I know, but like, how old is he? He's like, would he be like 19, 20, 21 sort of thing? He's got a bit of a baby face on him.
Oh, he's got a baby face. He plays a good young person.
Yes, he does.
But it just made me go, oh my gosh, I wish I hadn't seen, the last couple of Marvel films.
Endgame.
Yes.
Endgame.
Before watching this, because it was just totally in my head still, and I went, so I couldn't concentrate properly.
Where Tom Holland actually...
Shh, don't do it. Don't.
Go watch the film, people.
Don't. But I didn't mind the film. I thought there's some really interesting, cool parts in it. But I didn't feel really, passionate about it. And because it's such a big cast, I didn't feel very invested in a lot of the characters as well. It was still done well, and the actors did a great job, and it looked great. But I wasn't terribly excited. Does that sound bad? I can't even pick why I wasn't that excited.
I've learnt not to worry too much about whether you think that something is bad or not. It's good for my mental health.
I don't think it's bad.
It's good for my mental health.
I don't think it's a bad film. I just found bits of it a bit...
Because sometimes I listen to you and my eye starts uncontrollably twitching.
Why is that?
Because, like you'll have a perfectly good film that everybody loves and you'll go, well... and then start to eviscerate it and it just...
Okay, I know obviously they're stuck in their boats for a long time.
Yes.
And they're trying to survive.
Yeah.
But when they're trying to decide who gets eaten, I was a bit, I don't actually feel close or connected to any of these characters.
But is it their fault or is it yours?
What, that I didn't feel any connection to them?
Correct.
No, well,
because I'm starting to suspect that you may well be psychotic.
What? What makes you say that?
You might be at least a sociopath. I think you might be. I don't think you have connection with other people. No, you can close your mouth now, Pip. I don't think you're a violent one. I just think, you're a funny sociopath.
There are films where I get upset about what's happened to characters or I'm totally invested in characters. But in this one, I didn't feel incredibly connected.
No. You'd never do. That's my point.
That's not true. There are ones where I go, oh my gosh, I was so upset about what happened.
Who?
I'd have to go back and...
In this film?
Not in this film.
In the last film?
Who?
The Field of Lost Shoes?
Oh, no, T-34 I really liked and was invested.
Okay, all right. So you're not you're not a sociopath.
Bugger off. Look, it's a nice film. I have nothing against it, but I wasn't terribly...
Okay.
And they all did a great job. There was no bad dialogue or bad acting, but I wasn't totally connected with everybody, is what I'm saying.
Now, okay, you had Chris Hemsworth's character. Now, almost from the start, I didn't like... Because I haven't said anything about this movie yet. And
Go for your life.
Okay.
It's your turn.
All right. When he climbed up onto the sails and cut the rope, I'm just going, oh, fuck off, He was just going, look at me, I'm still Thor, Huzzah! And he cuts the rope and, looks heroically into the distance.
He's supposed to be showing that he's the man.
I know.
The captain didn't do anything.
That's right. And I'm coming to the very quick conclusion that he's a bit of a wanker.
Who?
Chris Hemsworth's character.
He's not. Oh, in this movie.
In that moment.
No, he was doing what the captain should have done. The captain did nothing. So they're basically saying that the captain wasn't a good captain.
He well knew that the captain was not a seaman.
Yeah, but
and
hence
he was
why
asserting his authority. It was an arsehole move.
No, I think it's just I think you're a bad captain. I understood their relationship. I understood.
Yep.
Relationships in the Field of Lost Shoes, I had no idea what was going on. In this film, it made sense.
We work in different environments, don't we? When we go to work, you get
to
office,
sit in a truck.
No,
by yourself.
I generally work in an industrial environment. Would you say that's correct?
You work in a truck by yourself.
Yes,
for hours
but
on
I have
end.
also worked in many industrial environments, sort of thing.
You worked in a fish and chip shop.
I work in blokey environments. Yes,
you've done cooking.
We've all done cooking. Otherwise, we die.
No, what I meant was you've done a fish and chip shop.
Yes, I have.
Well, is that a blokey job, is it?
No, clearly it's not. I have spread myself around.
Sorry, we're going to start pointing fingers and poking into...
Well, look,
Where are you going with this?
You're pushing back on me because I called you a sociopath, aren't you?
Just a little bit.
Yes, I've upset you now. Now, look, I've worked in more industrial environments than what you have, and there's a lot of alpha male shit going down, so I immediately recognise this crap for what it is. He was showing the other guy up, and he did it deliberately, and that comes from somebody who's a bit of an arsehole.
Maybe that's what he's supposed to be doing, I don't know. You didn't like that?
No, you support your captain.
Do you? What if
he was a bad first mate.
What if he's a bad captain?
Well, you talk to him in a way...
He did talk to him.
Badly.
No, the captain spoke to him badly too.
He had his own pride all wrapped up in this shit.
I think they were both to blame. You couldn't just pick one or the other.
Okay.
If you're listening to the dialogue.
Can I just talk about the captain for a second?
Go for your life.
Captain felt inadequate.
Pollard.
Captain
Pollard.
Yes, Captain Pollax or whatever his name is. He felt inadequate, and rightly so. He was
the son of another.
Yes, but
nobleman
he
fellow.
was a whaling aristocracy. He was the son of somebody who essentially established the whole industry. Okay, so he was always going to get a boat because he was a bit of a rock star. So he was kind of parachuted into the position, so to speak. Over the top of the other guy, who was clearly an excellent seaman and a superior seaman to him, and he knew it, and the other guy knew it. The captain knew it. And he was feeling defensive. And then this guy starts Tarzaning around the bloody sails.
Owen Chase.
Yes. and he starts Tarzaning around, and that's an arsehole act because
He had to cut it, otherwise it wouldn't have worked.
Considering the rest of the mistakes that the captain made, and he made a lot,
Yes.
he was not a good captain.
Well, he was fresh.
Yes.
He was a noob.
He was a bit of a muppet.